That
Yes,
answered my question right there. Thank you. So it is April 1st, 2024, 4:02 p.m. And this is a special meeting, executive session for the Port of Olympia Commission. And this meeting is now called to order. It seems we have everyone present. However, we are all attending by Zoom today because it is a special meeting and a short agenda. So we are all reporting for duty remotely. So thanks everybody for being here. The next thing on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Who would like to lead the Pledge of Allegiance?
I can. Oh yeah, go Maggie, you go.
Commissioner Sanders, yes, please. Thank you for volunteering.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Sanders. We do have an agenda. Hopefully, everybody has access to that. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
A motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve today's agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. All in favor of approving today's agenda, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. So we have an agenda. We do have one item under the consent calendar, the contract amendment with Dixon Froelich Phillips Burgess. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. I will call for the vote. All in favor of approving today's consent agenda with one item on it, which is a contract amendment for Dixon Froelich Phillips Burgess. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right. So next up on the agenda is our executive session. And per RCW 42.30.1101B, to consider the selection of a site or the acquisition of real estate by lease or purchase. This executive session will last till approximately 4:30, and then we will reconvene after the executive session. When we do reconvene, we will attend to the action other calendar, which has some potential actions involved with that. So at this point, we are going into executive session. So Missy, whenever you can stop the recording, please.
Point of privilege, Commissioner Isle.
Sure.
Are you able to read to us who is in attendance at today's meeting? Because I have no way of seeing that. Other than, I mean, our commission and Warren Hendrickson and Alex Smith, who from the public is in attendance?
Joe Downing, Jonathan Wolf, Tracy Aga, and Jerome Tuano.
Thank you, Commissioner Harding. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Commissioner Vasavada, it shows up on you found it? Okay.
All right. So have we stopped the recording? Are we in executive session now?
No, you all need to log out of this meeting and then log back into the other Zoom link that you were provided that says executive session.
Okie doke.
Okay. See you guys on another
See you
link.
in a minute.
All right. Here we go.
If you all can, oh, here we go. I was struggling getting Commissioner Ayala brought over.
Missy, do we need to call Commissioner Ayal to make sure he's not having technical difficulties?
He's on.
Oh
I
my gosh,
Hi.
I've been talking to you guys. Haven't you been listening?
muted, Mr.
Gosh, that was so good too. All right, well, we're back in session. I heard that we're recording, so we are back in session. Now I've got to start all over and remember where I was. So we just came out of executive session. We are back in regular session. So now moving in, we have one other item on the agenda, which is an action other calendar. And the item is a potential action on the selection of a site or acquisition of real estate by lease or purchase. Are there any motions pertaining to this action other item?
I would move that the Port of Olympia waive our first right of refusal on the property at 600 Israel Road Southeast. Tumwater, Washington.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second,
We have a motion. Would you please repeat your motion, Commissioner
Sure.
Harding?
I move that the Port of Olympia waive its first right of refusal on property at 600 Israel Road Southeast, Tumwater, Washington.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
I have discussion.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I think I speak for all of the commissioners, but on behalf of myself, that the Port of Olympia looks forward to collaborating with our jurisdictional partners on more opportunities in Tumwater, albeit that we are not prepared to take action on this particular property. We'd like to be a good landlord and let our tenant move forward with their business, but we look forward to working with our jurisdictional partners on something in the future.
Thank you, Commissioner Harding. Is there any other discussion?
Jasmine here, Commissioner Vasavada.
Yes, go right ahead.
I second Commissioner Harding's sentiments about seeking partnerships with our jurisdictions, such as the city of Tumwater in this case, before we would take action on a piece of property. At the same time, I would support qualifying our waiver of the right of first refusal on making it that it must be in the deed, on confirming that it's in the deed, that that right will continue if this is sold to a specific client and in the future the property comes up for sale, because it is in the flight path, there are easements on the property, and because it is in that sort of core industrial area, I would like the port to be able to retain that option in the future if the land is sold.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Vasavada. Any other comments?
A quick point of order, Commissioner Ayal. I think that the motion needs to authorize the executive director to take the steps necessary to. And so if one of the commissioners would be willing to make a friendly amendment, that would be great.
I will amend my motion to reflect that the commission is authorizing the executive director to take the action mentioned.
All right, thank you. Is there still a second?
second,
All right, very good. Is there any other discussion?
Just to clarify that the action mentioned then is waiver of our right of first refusal with respect to this sale. and ensuring that that right is not extinguished with respect to future sales.
Is that, I guess to further clarify, is that, do we need the amendment to include that, executive director, or are we 100% clear that that will move forward with the deed?
I would appreciate it if the motion included it, just in case. I'm not certain without a legal
Okay.
advice.
I'm going to withdraw my motion, and I'm going to make a new motion. I am going to make a motion that the commission authorizes our executive director to waive our right of first refusal on 600 Israel Road Southeast, Tumwater, Washington, as long as the deed continues to reflect a first right of refusal for subsequent sales. There you go, Commissioner Ayal.
You guys are killing me here. All
You want me
right.
to repeat it?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay. I move that the commission authorizes the executive director to waive our right of first refusal on 600 Israel Road Southeast, Tumwater, Washington, as long as the deed reflects that right of first refusal moving forward with the land on subsequent sales.
Okay, that's good. So we have a motion to authorize the executive director to waive our first right of refusal on 600 Israel Road Southeast in Tumwater, Washington, with the deed to reflect the right of refusal moving forward to future owners, correct? Or close?
Yep.
Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second now. Is there any other discussion on that now that we've clarified?
I have discussion, just that the lands and industrial lands in Tumwater are scarce. I believe their value will continue to improve, and finding alignments that are best fit for the surrounding community, including possibly in the future an energy innovation zone, would be very exciting. So I look forward to getting our port to the point where we have financial visibility and stability such that we can contemplate partnerships like this, as well as the relationships with our sister jurisdictions. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, before I call for the vote, let's see if there's any public comment. I'm not seeing any hands. Or Missy, do you see any hands?
Nope, no hands raised at this time.
All right. If there is no public comment, I will call for the vote. I call for the vote on the motion to authorize our executive director to waive the first right of refusal on 600 Israel Road Southeast in Tumwater, Washington, with the deed to reflect the first right of refusal to continue to move forward to future owners. Please, if you please signify by saying aye if you agree.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. Executive Director Smith, I think you have your direction, correct?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much, commissioners.
All right. There is nothing left on our agenda. So with that, I will adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everybody. Good night.